Hello, everyone. I'm Samantha of Senses of the Soul, and this is my March 2020 Ascension Energies Update. We're coming out of a very grueling February because we're now in Mercury Retrograde. And Mercury Retrograde always brings this type of energy where we have to go a lot more deeply and introspectively. So right now you might be feeling that there's a lot of grieving that you're doing. There's, to me, a lot of sloughing off of old karmic patterns that no longer have a hold on us, but we're still grieving and letting go on a cellular level, right down to our DNA. So there is a quote that I have in my blog this month, which basically says, we are, with all the ancient knowledge down to genetic memory, all we think the soul's forgotten, we now remember. And that is what March will bring. Okay, so as I've explained it to some, it's kind of like right now, as this is the year 2020, the year of alignment. We're in these pools of water, we're like a salmon, and we're in these pools of memory that we have to swim through and gain momentum and really clear before we can jump up to the next pool, and then the next pool, and the next pool, where we, and what salmon do is they finally go to breed and then die. But this is about a rebirth. And as we go into thing that we are going through, we're retrieving things, anything that kept us dumbed down, anything that kept us from, not being in our power, anything that kept us from really knowing who we truly are, why we're here, what we need, etc., is now all those things are being released, and we are now stepping more into who we fully are. And it feels like dying on a certain level because we are rebirthing. That's why it's so physically, mentally, and emotionally difficult right now, especially as we go through this Mercury retrograde. But all of the Mercury retrogrades this year will feel more difficult. All of the year will feel kind of like a Mercury retrograde, if you know what I mean, just because we're lining up into our true spiritual nature and into spiritual insight, which means we're connecting to a realm of consciousness through the brain, through the higher consciousness, to gain the wisdom we need to make the choices that are best for us going forward. So that's why it feels so difficult on all those levels right now. But for those of you that are struggling, know that there's more hope coming in as we get to the equinox on March 19th, 20th, depending on where you are in the world. So that's positive. Okay, so we're going to continue up through those upper chakras that I talk about to that blue star, which is the 9th chakra in your field. And that is where your soul blueprint is. You're starting to unlock that. But again, it means down here on lovely earth that all these things are trying to adjust within you in order to do that. So it feels difficult, but part of you may be hopeful and knowing that something is really changing for you, that you're really starting to feel stronger on a certain level, which you should. And hope's going to start percolating, okay, as we go and we keep crossing through these realms of learning. And for those of you that know, I talk about the 16th realms, and we are now going into the 13th realm as of March 16th. So we're still in the 12th realm, and that's where we're still in this patience incubation period. And then as we go into the 13th realm, that is going to be about spiritual insight. So that is what March is about. You're going to get more insight into what triggers you, why it triggers you, how you can do things differently, and not getting so caught up in the old ways of the mind. The mind is expanding, which is again why many of you are getting headaches, migraines, there's seizures, and also why there's that tightness in there. It's almost like the brain's trying to expand. The vascular issues we're getting in the whole body, it's because we're expanding right down to that DNA. Everything is shifting to get that new insight, that true spiritual insight, which is yours, was always there. The cosmic mind, which has always been there, and we were just separated from it. So we will be moving into more wholeness into March, okay? But as I said, each time we do these big shifts, it's going to feel a little more difficult. Just know that, understand it, dig in, be resilient. You're going to need your spiritual warrior, okay? As well as right now you're moving into a bit of the shaman, where you're going into that spiritual rebirth, which is always very difficult. We'll be coming out of Mercury retrograde on March 9th, which is also a full moon, super moon. So again, wow, that's going to be a big energy. Just know that, dig in, clear, cleanse yourself, really be clear on what you need, okay? Really be clear on holding your boundaries. No matter how off you may feel emotionally, stay true with your emotions, because emotions no longer are going to be repressed, particularly in the masculine and in men. It's all coming up now in all of you, in all of us, because it's the only way we can synthesize and understand truly and gain insight into our past and understand where we made mistakes, where we gave away our power, and how we can do it differently getting forward. So until we feel that emotion and grieve it and let it go, no matter how deep in the subconscious it is, then we can't, there's no closure, right? And we can't move forward in more wisdom. And that third eye is expanding. All of our perceptions are expanding. So really listen to that inner voice, that inner intuition, okay? You know what's best for you. You do. And you just have to continue to refine this and get through some of this emotion and out the other side. And the universe is helping us because it wants us to be empowered, universal, tapped into the cosmos human beings, where we can't be controlled, manipulated, or exploited by anyone or anything, and that we're completely accountable as well, and that we bring our talents to the world that are needed in service to help humanity. Okay, so all of this helps bring in more co-creation as well, because then people aren't living so much in their egos, right? They're living in their authentic self. So this is another big piece to that as we go through. All right, so I'll have lots more in a little bit more in my blog, lots more. And I'll go through the symptoms, and I have recommended products. So I'm recommending that you do the 12th and 13th realm together this month of the 16 realms, because they will overlap and help hold that vibrational framework that we're moving up to for higher consciousness. Okay, and more of that is on my website. There's links in my blog. I'm also recommending the Sorceress Elixir. So with the Sorceress, this is a lot about psychospiritual or DNA remembrance, and cosmic mind. So helping you with that DNA remembrance and cosmic mind. And a lot of that actually comes through here in the digestion, through that second brain in the gut. And this is where we filter a lot of information, which is why you're having a lot of problems there. And this helps because it has fennel in it. Fennel is very feely, touchy. It helps assimilate information. So this is an excellent one, the Sorcerer, for connecting more to that DNA remembrance, knowing who you really are, and that cosmic mind. Okay. The other one I'm recommending is the Shaman. The Shaman will help with shadow healing, getting you through the rest of that bumpiness and soulful rebirth, as well as the Spiritual Warrior, which I had last month for psychospiritual endurance. It also has a liver tonic in it. It gives a lot of nutrition. It helps the body absorb, because a lot of us are not absorbing nutrition right now. Okay, so really watch your nutritional levels, and because the body's trying to detox a lot through the digestion. Okay, drink lots of water, stay hydrated. You need that right now. The other thing I'm recommending is the Illumination Chakra Tea, and that one again for illumination, for calming as well. It has lavender in it, so that helps you connect better and get more insight into what you need to for clarity, calmness, integrity, etc. And I've also have all my smudges and sprays, smudging spray, on sale this month too, because I feel we're gonna need a lot of clearing to get the last of this off as we come out through and out that other side and get into the 13th realm, as I said. And post Mercury retrograde doesn't finish till March 20th. So we're kind of be bumpy until that time, but know that there is light and hope at the end of that we are coming out on the other side to something much bigger, stronger within ourselves, okay? So just know that, and get support where you need support. You're going to be okay, but get support where you need to. Okay, so the smudging sprays, both sizes, will be on sale too. Okay, I have those all at 10% off this month, and that's all in my blog. So we have, as I said, that full moon right on Mercury retrograde. We've got the new moon on the 24th, which is a very powerful Aries moon. So there's a lot of energy coming through for us to help us get through to the other side. So I really wish you all the best in March. Find that inner strength, that endurance, that rebirth that you're looking for, and just remembering that you're connected to all that is, all that was, and all that ever will be. And you have it within you, always. So take care, and I will see you in April.